Hello.
Howdy.
And welcome to another year of Wyverns and Weirdos. For you guys, it's been 2 weeks, maybe, if that.
Yeah.
For us, it's been about 2 months.
But the good news is we're now closer to release date than we were previously.
Yeah,
But that's
so that's
quickly
good.
about to change because
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
pump them out again.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, and then we'll be back,
Yeah.
Years will hear it.
Yeah.
So, before we get started with getting back to the game properly, does anyone have any announcements?
Haha. Hi. So if you're following my Twitter, you already know this. If you know me personally, you already know this. But what's up, my dudes? I was identifying as not what I thought I was. I'm actually a trans man, so he, him pronouns. If you see me on the streets, if these guys slip up, don't worry about it. They're learning too.
We've known Eddie for...
They've known me.
Jake and I have known Eddie for probably over a decade.
Time. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
a really long
It would
fucking
be.
time.
You guys are old. Oh.
Yeah.
It would be about a decade because we would have been about 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so about a decade
Babies.
now, they've been referring
Young
to me in
people.
one way.
Yeah.
So if you hear them slip up, just shut up. They're my friends. It's my business. It's fine. We'll leave it.
but you be quiet.
You be
please.
quiet,
And thank you.
please. But yeah, you guys all, if you're tuning into the podcast, you'll notice some changes. If you're just tuning into the podcast, you will notice some changes. However, probably not for another 6 months of recording. But I'm officially out to the majority of my family now.
So season 4.
So basically 2021.
Yeah. Just in like
We might be finished with this campaign by then.
Oh, hopefully
depending
not.
on where we end.
they'll follow me on Twitter, and then
Yeah.
you can see what I really look like in real time, and that is at @EdBenSpence.
Yes, and and they'll also probably notice it.
Oh, and on all of
with,
our social medias because I.
They'll also probably notice it
that.
when there's any sort of side episodes that are recorded later.
We
on
look
in the
super
year.
different when we're,
Yeah.
when we're in bonus material because they're usually more updated
Yeah.
than the main season. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it'll be
Peek
really
behind
weird,
the
like just jumping between different levels of visual masculinity.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a fun
Awesome.
time for everyone involved. But, this is going to be a kind of fun and interesting journey that I'm excited for everyone to share with me. And if you have problems, I don't care. You don't know me.
All of our listeners are super cool.
Yeah.
Just like you, cool guy.
Yeah, from what I've seen, all of you guys are super awesome, and I'm sure you'll be super awesome about this. And look, if you didn't want a queer and trans podcast, you've probably been listening to the wrong podcast for about a season now, so that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, the D&D podcasting community, at least, is very
queer.
Very queer.
D&D is
it's
a
great.
queer space, guys,
Yeah.
and if you guys aren't comfortable with
There's-
that, you're in the wrong game.
There are certain circles of in real life D&D that aren't quite as welcoming.
I think that the
yeah.
majority of those groups are just groups that haven't actually divulged into the D&D community as much as they think they
No,
have.
they're mostly old school gamers,
Yeah.
who are mostly within certain
Yeah.
within their own circles.
Because they only see their own
Which-
circles, they don't see the expanded universe
Yeah.
of, wow, a lot of gay and trans people
Yeah.
play a lot of D&D.
Which
for many, very on the nose.
if you're in part of those circles and you're not
oh yeah, we
prick about it,
we love you.
all power to you.
Mwah. But it's cool.
Yeah.
We're here too.
Just yeah.
D&D's for everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Precisely.
Yeah, that wasn't a jab on those communities.
If
Just-
everyone
yeah.
played a bit more D&D, I think the world would be a better place.
it would be a better
Amen,
place.
brother.
Anyway, announcements that aren't me making bad dad jokes. Go.
I got a haircut. What about you, Laura?
I got a haircut. Yes.
I actually
too.
also got a haircut.
We all have haircuts.
I have yet to have a haircut.
Yeah, there we go. The DM letting us down again.
Yeah. He does what he wants.
Other than maybe like a trim for dead ends and thinning it out and stuff, I may not be having a haircut for a while because
Dreads.
No. I may not be having a significant haircut for a while because one because I used to have like really long hair when Jake and I and Eddie, and like when I met Jake and when I met Eddie. I think I cut it off by the time I met Laura.
Yeah, people do that.
Good segue, by the way.
But growing it long because I miss having long hair, but also because I will likely need long hair for the show I'm in coming up. So I'm going to be playing Galahad in Livid Productions Spamalot.
We're all very proud.
Which, from recording this, I got the news yesterday.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be announced at some point officially, but we're so close to production that
it'll likely be the same, and if it isn't, this is being cut.
We're 2 months out from the show, basically. And yeah, well, usually the cast is announced first week of rehearsals, I think, from memory.
We're in the future now,
yes.
so it's a fact.
Yeah.
It's cemented in fact, or this audio doesn't exist for you, in which case, fuck you. You can't catch me. I'm in the future. The future can't.
So yeah, go and check out Derby, I guess.
Yeah,
Where
go see
will that
Derby
be,
in his show
Derby?
if you're local
So it will be at
to the area.
The Albury Entertainment Centre in the city of Albury, of course. Albury, Australia, I should say, because I know we have English.
Yeah, get on the boat, Quintley. Come over. Come
I
on,
know
watch
we have
us.
English viewers, and I know that
wanna
there is
meet
at
you.
least one.
Isn't it
And
like
have big-
isn't it Aubrey or something like Aubrey?
There's probably an Albury in Canada too. So if you're from Canada, it ain't in your Albury.
Yeah, it's Australia.
Feel free to come round, though.
And Ariel and Becky, if you are the Canadians listening to this, hi. Thank you for supporting us. That's really sweet.
We also have like enough like German now and Spanish listeners.
We need another business meeting. Since when have we had Germany?
A blip,
Hi, Germany.
that it's turned into like a blip on like our Podbean statistics.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I hope you're still
Senor and
listening.
senorita.
I doubt there's
Ignore
a
him,
Spanish or
please.
German town called Albury.
Yeah.
But you never know. So Australia is where this production will be based.
Yes.
So jump into that Google and look up Livid Productions Spamalot Albury Entertainment Centre and you'll find the deets there.
Yes.
If you're local to the area or are taking
Go
a very
see
long
Derby at
plane
Stage
trip.
Door, maybe, if he does Stage Door then.
we generally do that with.
Yeah, exactly. Go see Derby at Stage Door and tell him how much you love this podcast, because he genuinely will probably freak out and then tell us the next session. So I will
We wanna see
personally
that.
be delighted. Do it for me and also for him.
And one last thing, we have no aspersions of this actually going anywhere, but by the time this comes out, we will have launched our Patreon.
And our Instagram.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Our Patreon and our Instagram. Yeah. No expectations on that. We just thought if any of you wanted to support the show and get access, it's not for nothing. You get
We'll have some fun goodies
some
for you.
simple
Chuck us
stuff.
$1. It'll
yeah.
be great.
like
Give it a
like
dollar.
at the basic level you get stuff like the homebrew mechanics that
And our undying love.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
So, like, you
Legally
you
binding.
can find out what the mechanics behind Neumann's.
There's a lot.
Newman's.
He's very
Tinker,
mechanical, I guess. So that makes sense.
His Tinker subclass and his Infiltrator subclass.
Ironically, his class has been tinkered quite a lot.
Oh, I can't wait to get back to season 2
We
so
discussed
much.
it, but I forgot to write up the change to the destruction drone from the Tinker.
Yeah.
That change is in place. We'll discuss it in the
You guys
little
will.
break bit.
You won't even
But,
notice.
Yeah.
I doubt I'll use it in the traveling that we're doing. So.
But yeah, I
Excuse
guess click on our Patreon link and you'll be able to see all the dates there.
Yeah. We'll have links
Dates that may
everywhere
have
for
changed
everything.
since then now.
Yeah.
And we have goodies planned as well.
We'll hopefully we also have like a couple of goals on there. Again, they're like pie in the sky. Don't expect them to happen, but
also, go check them out and you'll see. And if you want to support us, you're welcome to chuck us $1. If you can't support us, feel free to just share our podcast with your friends because, word of mouth is pretty much the only way that we've been advertising this, and it's been overwhelming so far. So the more you can help spread us to other people, the more we love it. Now, I think the only person who hasn't had an announcement is Laura.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it to you.
It's me. Hi. I don't really have any major announcements. I do really want to thank because I'm very fond of art and stuff, and I do a lot of art. So if you check out my Twitter, especially, I try to do a doodle for every episode.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Please check it out.
But yeah, so I just want to say thanks to people who've been drawing art. That's really awesome. Especially my wife/enemy Quinley. We have a very it's awesome. She's done so much really cool art, and like everyone else, we've had lots of art from other people as well, and hopefully even more by the time this airs.
We do see every single one of them as well.
It's literally awesome. Like, I love all of it. If I haven't personally commented on it, like giving you my undying love, please tag us in it. The usual Wyverns and Weirdos stuff.
Wyverns and Weirdos.
Or personally tag my Twitter handle, which will be in the description of whatever this comes up on, because I will just come and just love mail all over you.
Go nuts.
Yeah.
We love it, and we
really
usually will just share it in our little group chat we have anyway, and be like, oh my god,
yeah, I kind of just scream every time. I also print out everything that has Bertie in it, so I have a wall of him now.
I should do that for Anya.
Maybe I should use Twitter.
Yeah. You should just go there and just retweet all the cool art and stuff that people have done.
You should use Twitter to the extent that I use Twitter, which is have it
lurking.
Barely use it.
That's what I've got. I have an account. It's there. It's just I haven't logged into it. The only time I logged
Darby
into
at least
it
sees my tweets.
You should just
know who doesn't?
Just make a Newman account. Like just tweet as Newman.
Yeah. I highly doubt anyone spells
Meow.
Newman like this.
Meow,
so.
meow, meow.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow.
You can speak common.
So thanks so much to our fans for support. It's really cool. I'm like always blown away with what we see, and so thanks very much. I hope you'll enjoy the second season. I'm kind of really excited and also terrified for obvious reasons if you listen to the last season. So thanks very much for supporting us, and thanks to you guys.
Scared and horny.
I can't really remember what happened. Did something bad happen? Or?
No, absolutely not. I think it was Anya's fault. I actually don't know.
I think Anya
definitely not
actually
mine.
accidentally put a blessing on the world, and now we all have 1 million billion coin pieces.
Yes,
and no bad guys.
And no bad guys exist ever, and everyone was happy.
Then again,
ancient shadow monster.
But also if there's no bad
Absolutely
guys, then we
not.
have very little income. So maybe there's some
but we
bad
don't
guys.
want a lot of bad guys.
If we've got
Bad guys
100 million billion.
No,
you know.
that's a terrible mindset.
And one last thing, it's not so much an announcement as a comment, but I am actually as good as back to being within arm's reach of these guys.
Hi, Darby.
Hello, Darby.
I can do this, and I can reach out and touch
Your head over there.
stuff
like you
on the
were
table.
before.
Yes, he's actually close to the table.
We each
now.
have a camera to control.
So now he can
It's
kind of just slap
scary.
us when we like say
Too much pressure.
Hey Darby, so we're gonna roll for how attractive that gnome is, for like that hobgoblin is. Thanks, Darby. He can just reach over and slap us directly instead of
I'm not
verbally.
quite that close.
We can see his exasperated expressions in HD,
Let's
just
see
like
it.
you guys can.
Yeah.
If you're tuning into the podcast, check us out on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yes.
check us out. Please
I'm
give us a
getting better
like.
at these
So-
things, guys.
Without further ado, let's jump in to our second year of Wyverns and Weirdos. And we are back. So,
Hello.
where we last left off, chaos.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, the party, after accidentally unleashing Zorthram Tathara,
Whoops.
a being thought destroyed, but in fact sealed away as a plane of existence, the personification of the Shadowfell. After accidentally,
We are recording a podcast.
it wouldn't be D&D with Jake without Jake dropping something on the floor.
Making some form of noise
It was
while we're trying to record.
recap. Please continue, Darby.
Yes, so they tried to stop a ritual, and in doing so, didn't stop it, but diverted its target.
Well, we kind of stopped it.
Yeah, we technically did.
Technically, we did our job.
Yeah.
We
Anya doesn't know
Do
that.
you
neither
think
does
we'll get
Neumann.
paid for it then?
also killed the bad guy.
Yeah.
And they subsequently fled the city, as all the cultists of the cult of Glacier that were in Wild Shade got destroyed by Zorthram Tathara. That is the ones that weren't already killed in the combat.
How's that city doing?
Yeah.
Well, that's for us to find out.
Last
This
time you
podcast
saw
of D&D that we
good.
play.
Since then, you've been on your way to Durham. So we're gonna kind of montage this now. So I mostly know the answer to this question, but for the benefit of our listeners and viewers, is there anything people are doing on this trip to Durham? It is about 14 days journey.
Oh boy, it's a long trip.
It's a long trip.
Yeah.
I
Mainly
want to.
because you can't bypass waterways.
Yeah. I want to. I'll just quickly jump in with Anya first because
Yeah.
she doesn't actively do a lot in the 14 days. So for the first 4 days of travel, Anya doesn't speak to anyone. And it's not a case of her actively ignoring anyone or any of it being necessarily malicious. She is kind of numb to everything that's going on. And after that 4th day, I think she comes out into the common area of the carriage after stowing away in her room, only really coming out for meals and occasional sort of breaks. And I think she might see you guys maybe sitting at a table or something, and I think she turns to you guys and she says, "This will never happen again. That I swear to all of you." And then she leaves back for her room. And over the following days, while she does go out into the common room sometimes, most of the time she's concentrating. So when she's concentrating, you see her concentrate on what you might assume or what you might see as spells, which for some of you is a bit baffling. And Birdie, you recognize one of the spells as Hex.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something you've never, ever seen Anya cast or be able to cast.
No.
And if you question her on it, she's like, "It is what is necessary. And I must fine-tune these to make sure that it never happens again." And then if you further question her, nothing else. You also see her practicing a lot more with her daggers. And when you guys are stopping, she's practicing with her bow and arrow. And where previous to the events of last season's finale, she would have stopped to have a drink with you guys. She's not. She's all business almost all the time, to the point where it can be quite tense sometimes, maybe a bit stressful. And it's not until the last couple of days that things seem to relax. But you've got a sense that maybe something in her changed after that night. And that's all Anya's been doing.
Having a great time. It's excellent.
It's going to be a cheerful season for Anya, guys.
Yeah. Everyone's real happy.
Okay, so Newman's turn. So Neumann, he's not as necessarily affected by what happened in Wild Shade as much as Anya might be. He's definitely concerned, more so concerned about Anya.
I feel like Neumann probably doesn't have as much of a reason to feel as culpable as either Anya or Birdie do.
Like,
it makes a lot of sense.
Neumann felt like he didn't do much, but he also feels like he did a lot. Like, so, like, yeah, and technically we did stop it. Like, Newman's just like, all right, well, like, we didn't do too good, but that's all right. We'll just go kill whatever the fuck that thing was.
Newman's a bright side warrior.
Yeah, he's a silver lining kind of guy. And yeah, like, he's more so worried about you. And
Checks out.
he's not too particularly aware as to what happened to our other friend as well, Rook. Because last time we saw Rook was...
Rook pulled the hero move of, like, save yourself, I'll hold them back.
We don't know what's happened to her.
Like, he trusts that Rook is okay. He's just worried that Rook is not here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he isn't too aware of that. But, yeah, no, that concerns him a little. But he trusts that Rook's okay. He might do, like, the occasional, like, door knock on your room. But I'm assuming Anya would not answer or tell him to go away.
Within the first 3 days.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm thinking early days right now. Even if he does, like, really cool intrinsic knocks, like, that have real good rhythmic beat. Like,
she doesn't answer.
All right. And so...
it's almost though sometimes she might open the door and walk past you like you weren't even there. And it's almost like she didn't even notice. Like, she didn't even hear.
Yeah. So Neumann cannot keep himself not busy. He has to be busy. So he might spend, like, a little bit of time talking. He might, I don't know, help out Tanip with potion things and tinkering things and alchemy. Might help out Birdie with money things. To be honest, Neumann doesn't know how to help Bertie too much because that's basically all he knows is Bertie is a money person.
Yeah, I guess like if Neumann was asking about it, Bertie would be like, he'd try to find something for Neumann to
money,
do.
but definitely about money, but also very secretive. Does not say anything unless it needs to be said. So
that's it.
so he might try that every now and then, every couple of days. But most of the time, you'll find that he spent a lot of time in the library part of this cart that we're in. He spent a lot of time in there. You can hear like scrunching of paper. You can hear like shaving pencils and absolutely just going ham at like what you could only really sort of find out is like sort of like blueprints for something. Neumann has had a couple of ideas, inspired from our recent events in Wildshade, mainly to do with the gem that we weren't able to really take. It was sort of immobile. And so Neumann thought that was the thing that thwarted our plans the most, the fact that we could not get that gem, we could not move it. And he's thinking of maybe he can do something like that. If not, maybe in an enchantment, maybe something else. So yeah, he will spend the majority of his time working on that. Me as a player, I'm not too sure how far he'll get with that. But it is
it is an
wondrous, I'm pretty sure, item.
It is a wondrous item.
Yeah.
It is an uncommon magic item. So wondrous item, it's not a clothing.
Yeah, I did see that. Yes, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's not one of the things that the time is halved for your artifice subclass.
I did see that.
But
will they hear clanging? Will they hear
What do we hear?
hammering and
Press my ear against the library door.
sure.
So using the Xanathar rules,
It's a library.
it takes 2 weeks.
Well, that's perfect.
2 weeks,
but
so
also cost.
precisely the length and 200 gold.
Done.
Yeah,
easy.
So basically,
Change now.
So you would hear him coming up with like the blueprints and stuff in the first week, and then the second week would be him actually assembling it from different bits and pieces that he had.
And this is sort of a first for Neumann because this is the first sort of item that he's made from scratch that he hasn't infused. This is an actual item he's crafted.
This is
this isn't an artificer infusion. This is a real.
This is a permanent magic item.
Yeah. But
Interesting.
yeah. And then I guess at the end of these 2 weeks, he's got a new tool up his belt.
Yeah.
But you're going to say up something else.
He's got
An
a new.
immovable robe.
He has a new tool way up his sleeves. But other than that, he's not really going to do too much other than that. Like, I mean, if we're doing like watches, like. How does the donkey go?
Yeah.
Does he just go? Or Montgomery, does he just go? Or
Tanip would probably be dealing with.
Like I imagine Bertie would help out with bit with
he might do the
steering meals,
the daily watch or something. But other than that, he doesn't do too much else.
Interesting.
Bertie.
Okay, so for the first day, like Bertie was, I believe, steering the cart out of the city.
Yeah.
Once they were kind of out of the area of danger, and like a couple of hours in, he and Tanip finished. I think she was casting some spells, Identify, I believe. He passes the reins for Mealsley over to her, and he goes into his room, and he doesn't come out for a whole day. And you just don't hear anything in there. And then the day after, I guess Anya doesn't know because she's holed up in her room. But Bertie is all smiles. He's like really overly chipper to Neumann. He's like probably even more annoying than usual. He's trying, most of the time he tries not to talk about the thing that's happened recently. He's just trying to generally be pleasant to everyone. He takes shifts, as we discussed with Tanip, to help steer the cart. He spends a lot of time He spends a lot of time, I guess, like, unless when Newman's trying to do, like, private tinkering things. He does spend a lot of time in the study. He mainly, like, he doesn't mind being near Newman if Newman's not being secretive, although he will give him his space.
No, he
as
doesn't
well.
care. You can see what he's doing. It's fine.
I imagine, like, there's a big desk there, and Bertie's kind of just transferring a lot of his things into there. He does a lot of reading, he does a lot of writing and, like, checking books, but he never leaves any of those books in the library. He always takes them back into his room. He also does, like, a lot of... Yeah?
So, clarification, there's a fairly limited scope of books in the library.
I can imagine.
It's more set up for you guys to put your own books.
So it's
To
kind of
build a
like...
library.
Yeah. So I guess it's more pointed because, like, he's literally taking all these books in, but he's not leaving them there.
Yeah.
He is very pleasant to Newman. He does, like, a lot of, like... After a couple of days, he just spends a lot of time doing, like, you can assume it's like boring taxes or accounts and things like that. Money counting, stuff like that. He does also spend a lot of time in the kitchen. He kind of tries to, especially while Anya's not doing anything or just not focusing on that, he kind of appoints himself to, like, I guess, make sure the food's available. The food is automatically generated, apparently, by this cart. But he does a lot of, like,
Very
extra
basic
stuff.
food.
Yeah, he does a lot of extra stuff to trick it up.
If you want to do something a bit more fancy, a bit more flavorful, then you have to supply your own food. But basics.
It's mainly using stuff like it's not prestidigitation, because that, like, makes things more flavorful. That's about it. He does also spend a lot of time drinking. Like, that's just kind of like, he'll be, like, wandering around checking on what Newman's doing the other day. He'll just have a bottle there, but it's fine. If he goes into his room, it's not like, you'll just hear, like, kind of, like, magical stuff. You can presume he's, like, practicing some kind of magical stuff in there. But yeah. And but you don't really... He's kind of around all the time. Like, you don't really see him go into his room for a long amount of time to, like, and to rest or anything. And he starts to get a lot more kind of, like, overly chipper as the time wears on, I suppose. A little bit on the sides of manic, but, like, it's cool. It's all good. And at some point when you guys are around, he kind of just sidles up to you guys, maybe while you're eating, and is like,
hey, so I know we don't want to really talk about it, but I think the time is right. We just have to talk about the elephant in the room, so to speak, shall I say. You guys are technically using a room in my caravan and technically eating my weird, magically replenishing food. So, I think it would only be fair if we talk about rent, shall I say? How about, like, not too much? Let's say, how about 2 gold? That's fair, right? 2 gold? 2 gold a night?
I thought Cigar gave this to all of us. I mean,
technically it's replacing my cart, so it's technically mine, I would say. I mean, that's just how the exchange of personal items just work, right?
like, I'm happy to, like, pay my share for like Montgomery's work and maybe like labor and things like that. But yeah, no, I feel like this is the party's cart. What about you?
Anya's eating. She doesn't look up from her plate. She reaches into her coin purse. She flicks you 2 coins, and then she continues to eat.
Bertie catches
Add 2
it.
gold to your inventory.
Oh my god, it's like, great. We're in agreement there.
Another thing that I forgot to mention, Hafren isn't around. Hafren isn't around for the majority of the time, or not visibly around. Anyway.
Interesting.
All right.
You guys haven't seen Hafren since the battle.
Interesting. I think I kind of feel like a lot of, like, especially with Anya, Bertie is even more like around Anya, and he's kind of like,
most of the time, if like Anya will walk in, do something silly, and then walk out because she's upset, all the things that she's dealing with. Bertie kind of just always looks at Neumann like, well, you know, arms raised, kind of like, well, that's her. Yeah. But yeah, he takes that 2 gold. And he's like, great. I'll
Tanner, what about you? What do you reckon?
Oh well, Tanner's my employee, so like it's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
but
that's an
Tanner, what do you reckon?
investment. Tanner,
Under the understanding that it was a party resource.
Tanner, that's not really positive of you. That's
I was worried this party was a mob mind, but thank God it's
Who
not.
are you working for, Tanner? He like smiles really wide.
All right. Well, how about this? I'll pay 1 gold, but that's for your great cooking services and
I'm glad you noticed.
and
Thank
Montgomery.
And the use of your ass.
Honey, that would cost a lot more. Great. Well, I mean, that's a start, right? We can
Yeah.
always discuss
Yeah.
it more later.
I reckon that's pretty fair grounds.
Because, like,
I mean, like, it's.
generally, yeah.
I'm just sort of. I don't know. I'm putting money towards something at the moment, and I want to make sure I have enough. I'm not sure how much I'll need, but we'll see how we go.
I will cover the cat's charge. Just leave him.
Oh, thank you, Anya. You're very charitable
I mean,
today.
you don't have to, Anya.
That's great.
I got
I'm
it.
having a great
It's
meal.
fine.
I'm having a great time right now.
I don't need it anyway.
Are you sure?
Well,
No.
Yes.
I mean, like, we might need money.
She's still eating, by the way. Like, she's not
'Cause,
looking
like-
at any of you.
I also didn't want to mention this, but like this is a literal major bummer. Like we're probably not going to get paid for the thing that happened back there, right? Right? Because
Well-
like that's killing me right now.
I think we
I'm
should-
very depressed.
I think. I mean, we definitely got paid beforehand. I think.
We got a little bit, but like we were going to get paid a lot. Which is
yeah.
going to make like all the nearly dying stuff really like meter out. But now I'm kind of like, ooh, so
See,
I'm
When we
kinda bummed.
fix this, which we will, you will
yeah.
get paid tenfold. I am sure, Bertie.
Well,
I would not worry about it.
I reckon we should just talk to Siggy first, and then.
Oh, Siggy now. Yeah, because you guys are such great friends.
yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Not gonna lie. I hope
He's a great guy.
Like we almost had a door knock thing going on. It was like a secret door knock. It was pretty good.
He's awesome. Also, I don't know if he's bugged this place, so he's real great. Great guy. Great Dragonborn.
See, the way I
He's a
see
pal.
it, we might not have done exactly what we're supposed to. We've done a lot. We have saved a lot of people. I really
happened.
hope.
That is true.
We did kill a lot of cultists. In fact, I'd be surprised if any of them are alive at the moment. So.
Well, I think that's probably, like, we can just assume they're all dead.
I
And,
do not think that the majority of that was because of us. But
they
Well,
are
you know.
indirectly.
I suppose, in a way, all of it is our fault. Well, my fault at least.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I mean, sometimes things just happen,
And
you know?
I'd say, yeah, look,
Sometimes things just happen. Not this, though.
it was.
But thank you for your positivity.
I think it was a party quest. This is a party wagon, and we should take party responsibility.
Party wagon.
I think we should take party responsibility for this, you know? I just think.
Oh, well.
Now, there was something you were discussing about Bertie's reaction, and I wanted to get cleared up. Is that
Yes.
still happening?
Yes, yeah,
So you
absolutely.
discussed that he probably wasn't going to be sleeping. for
Yeah, so Bertie hasn't been sleeping at all, and you guys could probably, you guys wouldn't know. He's a very secretive guy. Yeah, he hasn't been sleeping.
So
Probably for, like, Lister's configure for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to say hi to his pal again.
So when this is
for
happening,
various reasons.
we're probably
yeah.
about a week into the trip.
Yeah.
So can I get make me 3? Well,
Oh, no. Why?
we'll do them one at a time.
Why are you giving me the first rolls
But
of
also,
the night?
you better not be making too much noise.
He's not.
You
Like,
give me-
he's trying to be pretty quiet most of the time.
A
He's very
A
secretive.
series of Constitution saving throws.
Okay, so we shall say rainbow. I've got 3 dice here, so we got the I'll just roll them all together.
Yeah. or
First roll of the
First
night.
one is a 4. I guess it wasn't a 1 because that was how I kicked off season 1.
What's your con score though?
Oh yeah, my con score. Hang on,
Yeah, because it's gonna start off relatively.
that's a
easy.
5.
Yeah, so that's 1 level of exhaustion.
He's
Your
very
camera's frozen.
manic. That's great.
What a cheeky
That's
pose.
a 14 for the second one.
14. Okay. And one last one.
Yeah, I'll do the last one with my Call of Cthulhu dice set, which is Bertie's base dice set for obvious reasons.
Now what?
A 16.
Oh,
All right. 16.
please excuse any vodcast technical
yeah.
difficulties.
16. So you currently are suffering from 1 level of exhaustion.
Cool.
So that
So-
is disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, so he's a little bit clumsier, I guess, than he normally is, but that's
Kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that fits in because he might be like, oh, pour you guys something, like just keeps pouring a little bit too long. Hello, Neumann, you want some more drink? Here, have some more. It's great. Takes a swig out of
The
his own
best
bottle.
part is if you're like pouring, say, a tea for Anya,
Yeah.
and it's pouring too long, neither of us are gonna pick up on it.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Like, Cigar will shiver, like, even though he's back in Durham, like, he will just,
Oh, no.
shiver. He's like, some sort of sin
Something's
is being
wrong.
committed against tea.
Tea has been spilled.
Oh my gosh. That's
So-
great.
yeah. So yeah, he's just a little bit odd, but he's very weird anyway, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
So it is the night of the 7th of. What is the month? It's the first month of the year.
Fantasy January.
Essentially.
I forgot.
I did also remember something that happened at the very end of the last podcast. Neumann, in a very stern way, went up to Birdie and was like, we're going to talk about what the fuck just happened.
Oh, yes.
We should
And
probably
then he
do that
promptly
sometime.
Yeah,
forgot.
for sure. Well, he might.
It's for Neumann, really.
Yeah. That's all right. Well, you can bring it up whenever, and we'll have a chat.
So yeah,
I'll
so
find a way to
is
bring it in.
Currently
Yeah.
the 7th of Solazar. It's the nighttime now, and as you go to rest that evening,
Well, 2 of you do.
yeah,
Oh, 3, I guess. Tanip.
yeah.
Is Tanip gonna have a cool dream, Darby? What does Tanip dream of? Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm derailing this
Business.
already.
Okay, so Anya. You drift into a vision of a familiar space. A throne room. Last time you found yourself here, you didn't really have the time to take in many of the details before you were greeted by the entity on the throne. This time, though, you can see around you, unaided by Hathrin. The architecture is hellish. This much doesn't surprise you. What does pique your interest, though, are the banners, which each hold a simple, repeated iconography of 3 triangles arranged in such a way as to form a larger triangle. Can I get a religion check from you?
You can when I find my first D20 of the night. Haha.
It's not the Triforce.
17.
17. Missed it by 1.
Oh!
Missed it by 1.
Is Hathrin there?
So
No.
There's something familiar about it, but you can't place it. Beside the throne is a ruby red staff, a gem-like head at the tip of it. There doesn't seem to be any clear join between the head and the unnaturally smooth shaft, suggesting the staff was likely carved from the one source. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It stands upright, almost supernatural.
Oh wow,
I'm sorry, Darby, you walked right into it.
that's amazing. I greatly
A
approve.
figure enters the room.
Oh.
You recognize it as the same red-skinned being you saw here last time. Though this time he wears a long, ornate crimson robe with golden ornamentation. He approaches the throne, grabs the staff, and then approaches you. I thank you for what you did in Wildshade. My daughter needed to be reminded of her place. And reminded that it takes more than a handful of petty nobles to allow passage to the material plane. Can I get another religion check from you?
This one's worse. That's a 7.
Oh, no.
Anya's she looks really confused and she's like, what are you talking about? I stopped nothing. I made it worse. I may have killed your daughter, but passage was not stopped.
You think you could have killed my daughter? No, who you killed was a cultist dedicated to her. A moderately powerful one, yes, but a cultist nonetheless.
So that creature that I let escape into the world, that is your daughter?
No, that was not my daughter. The cult were aiming to bring my daughter into the material. Something happened. I don't know what, and I don't know quite how, but something diverted the coordinates of the gate, causing that entity to come through instead.
I don't understand. Is this a good thing?
Ultimately, no. But it is something that will be dealt with in time.
And what do you need from me again?
Well, we have unfinished business, do we not?
Of course.
I granted you extra powers in return for a favor to be determined at a later date.
And this is the date, I imagine?
Yes. I've been thinking. I've decided what I will have you do. You're from Navora, correct?
Of course, this you know, and so do I.
A certain Lord Natharis thought he could try to void our contract by extending his life indefinitely.
And you need me to void that extension, I am guessing?
You are a smart one. I've allowed him to get away with his delusions thus far, as it has amused me. Recently, though, he has had a necromancer enter his employment in service to this goal of his, and looks as if he may be able to delay his death after all. I am nothing if not patient. However, what I can't stand is people thinking that they can outsmart me, or get out of their contracts without some other price. While I could allow Netherus to become a lich, well, then I would have to wait for some group of plucky adventurers to not only kill him, but take care of his phylactery as well. And that just won't do.
And so you want me to end him before that can happen?
Yes. Fortunately, you have some time. You have until the long night to deal with him. That is when he and his necromancer are planning to perform the ritual that will make Netherus a lich. Kill him and retrieve the puzzle box he has in his possession. If you do not complete this task, your soul is forfeit. I will not hesitate to send my devils to end your life and bring you to me. If you succeed, well, then I may be willing to discuss further arrangements.
Oh, my devil, you are not playing fair once again. We already have one deal. My soul was not a part of that first part.
No, but it is collateral in regards to our latter deal.
Well,
Always
We've had
read
a
the
deal
fine
for
print, my
power.
dear. Especially when dealing with devils.
I wish to renegotiate the terms then.
Oh, this ought to be good. What do you wish to renegotiate?
You gave me 2 spells. One that gave
Well, ultimately, I've given you
results
5.
that I was not very impressed with. And another that, if it goes as badly as the first, this task will most likely not be done. Maybe not now, but at some point in the future, I wish for more power, if I need it.
That is well within my power to grant you. As I said, if you succeed, then I may be willing to discuss further arrangements. Power can definitely be those arrangements.
I do not wish to fail again, and I will do everything in my power for that not to happen.
I believe you will try.
Is that not what we all can never do?
So philosophical.
Like you pretend not to be.
No, you should feel honored that I, of all devils, should take interest in you.
Oh yes, I'm sure it is quite the honor.
More than you clearly know.
And more than I wish to find out. Are we done here?
We are done. Bring me the puzzle box of Natharis.
Will you find me when it is done, or do I have to
I
bring
will
it?
find you.
Okay.
Oh, and if you're feeling brave, feel free to attempt to open the box. I'm not concerned with whether or not you find out its contents. I just want the contents for my records.
Well, you know how the saying goes. Curiosity killed the cat.
I bring my character into this.
But
Ewan's not
maybe
gonna die.
satisfaction might just bring it back.
Very well said.
I would like to go back to sleep now.
Granted. And this one's for free. And you return to your regular rest.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the rest club.
Where
Yeah, have a nice sleep. That's great. Super sick soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have heard this before, but these guys haven't. Yeah, we actually have music in the room now, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes. So,
Season 2 things.
yeah. And Bertie, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no! It's a number 4, guys!
So you now have 2 levels of exhaustion.
2 levels of exhaustion, yeah.
Your speed is halved.
So if Newman's tinkering my body, just like slow, just like kind of like
He's
stumbling around.
incredibly sluggish.
Yeah, he had again. He does have a bottle in his hand, so
Yeah,
again,
Newman just thinks you're drunk.
Yeah.
Like, all the time now.
Hey Newman, having a great night. It's great.
Yeah, it's, I'm just tinkering away.
Cool.
What about you?
Looks great.
I like to imagine he doesn't even get an opportunity to talk. You just go,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
great.
awesome. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm gonna go and do some accounts now. Isn't that great?
Yeah, you have fun with that. I'm gonna.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just figured like just how perfect it was that vision came in the center of what was happening, because it ties in so well
it's
with
so
what I
good.
had Anya doing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was unintentional, guys.
I'm
I
so
didn't know what
disappointed
the
you
vision
failed
was.
both your religion checks.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
Because I want you to know who your patron, who
oh, she'll
I'm
find out.
suspicious,
For sure.
devil is.
I'm really keen.
I mean, you
could've
can
asked.
always ask for some help in identifying some stuff.
Oh, she'll
Yeah.
find out.
You know
Could have
the
just
symbol.
asked him. I mean, like, who are you?
Hey, what's your name, by the way, doll?
She doesn't have like a fucking symbol tattoo, does she?
Not at this stage.
Hey, it can be arranged.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
The Triforce.
No, it's more the final isosceles is, I think, a bit more. The final
Elongated.
triangle is a bit more. I think it's isosceles. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can picture that.
yeah.
Maybe we'll post a
it's a bit
picture
longer.
when we
Yeah.
when
We'll post stuff. You'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
People might be able to work out who it is. It's someone from like the canon D&D multiverse.
Nice.
I don't know who it is. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't tweet me. I might know by the time
between
you tweet me. I'll know by the time
between
you
the
tweet me.
staff and the symbol, I think people will be able to work, and the robe. Some people will work it out. I'm sure.
I'm scared,
Yeah.
but Anya.
So we'll say 2 more nights pass. 1 more Constitution saving throw,
No.
please, Bertie.
Hey,
Not
that's a 15.
15. Okay, that's
That's
enough.
better. He's still kind of what he's like before anyway, though. But It's
Okay.
fine.
On this evening, Bertie,
Yeah.
you find you've been avoiding sleep,
Yeah.
but that has been leaving you incredibly exhausted.
Yeah.
You've been getting more and more sluggish. You've been fumbling,
Yeah.
and eventually, like this evening, like it just becomes too much, and you don't even consciously go to sleep.
just passes
you
out.
Just pass out.
Where?
You're probably in your room, like
Yeah.
over some of your books during
Yeah.
your studying.
Oh no.
And you find yourself in a realm of shadows.
Oh no.
Though not like in your previous visions.
Yeah. Oh no.
While the previous realms of shadow had been accented with veins of pulsing red, this one is calmer, with only shades of grey visible in the landscape. Also notably different, you are standing on solid ground, albeit covered in a thin layer of dark grey fog. Ahead of you, you see a figure. From where you stand, they seem to resemble a humanoid figure in long, flowing black robes. Their hood is up, obscuring their face, though as they get closer, you see them reach up to lower it. The face you see is pale and looks like a human man in his mid-30s, though the eyes betray the experience of a lifetime almost as old as the universe. Can I get a DC? Well, I won't tell you the DC. Can I get a religion check, please?
Well, I mean, I would assume I know who this is already, because like that's my god. But
He's an 8.
How dare you re-roll?
About right.
I do what I want. I make the rules here, except I don't.
I keep forgetting Bertie has a 0 in religion because he's very lax. It's an 18.
8. That's handily enough.
Oh, good.
Who
could it be?
This is clearly Fethus.
Yeah. Easy.
You appear.
Bertie looks very worried right now.
You appear to have started down a dangerous path, Bertolt.
Hello? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, hi.
I'm glad that your misunderstandings of Zorthram Tathar's true nature brought you to me. But I am concerned that he was able to invade your mind in the first place. I fear for what it means of other such entities thought to be sealed away or destroyed. We gods are not omnipotent. There is a great deal that we cannot see, and a great deal we cannot do. For example, while it is true that we can send portents and prophecies, and even brief messages to our chosen, I should not be able to reach out to you directly like this.
That's not good then?
No. The rites of banishment were designed to prevent such things. The rites, however, are at least partly reliant on the stability of the Great Wheel and the barriers between planes. There have always been weaknesses and even tears between the planar barriers, though they have become more concerning of late. Now with the removal of the Shadowfell, I am afraid that there will be even more instability in the coming months.
That's not great. That must really suck for you. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. Yeah. Cool place you have here, though. Love the fog.
Man, I love Bernie.
You gotten all my offerings. Whenever I go to a new city, I give you some gold. So I think I'm doing a good job. Maybe you're right. I've just been misled. I haven't had direct contact with you, and the other thing, like, yeah, it's obviously just it just did something, but it's really swell to meet you. I'm honored, and I'll give you even more portions of my funds next time I stop by a church.
Tithes aren't necessary.
Really? Man, why did I do that? Sorry.
It helps the church keep it standing, of course, which
of course
does help to an extent.
Yeah.
But from my more powerful followers, it helps if they are able to play a more active role in the world, in making sure that, well, for one thing, that there still is a world.
Yeah, I agree. I've liked my life so far, and I would really like to keep it going that way. So, hey, we're in agreement. Isn't that great, Pethis, my old pal?
I take it that you're going to seek to rectify the issue.
Is that what you want?
It would be appreciated.
Well, I'm a nice guy. I always like doing what people like. So yeah, that's good to know.
The good news is this: Zorthram Tathara is a destructive force.
Great.
This makes him dangerous.
Oh,
but it
great.
also means that it will struggle to seek the solutions to their problems. Throwing power at lesser beings to entice them has been the extent of their ability to work towards this goal.
Yeah, yep.
Which, fortunately, means that you have time to prepare.
Okay.
It will, however, seek out abyssal energies in order to reach out to Ruathu. Beyond this, all it has the power to do itself is to tear away at any planar rifts. Whether this will work, I do not know, though I do not care to find out for certain.
So it's basically been tearing away at those barriers, and what would that mean? What would that do to our world? Or to me specifically. Let's be real. You know how I am.
It will break down the barriers between the planes. It will start off simply with the barriers between the Feywild and the elemental chaos beginning to break down and flood into the material plane.
Yeah.
While
That's not great. Not everyone can handle that.
while communication between the outer planes will become potentially easier, but eventually there will come a point where even the barrier between the inner and outer planes will fall apart. And that is what we cannot allow to happen, for that could cause the complete destruction of the divine rites of banishment, which would mean that the gods may have the opportunity to roam the planes, including the material plane again.
Yeah.
And they may not survive this time.
Oh.
The planes may not survive this time.
Yeah. That's definitely not something I'm for, I must say. I'd like to keep doing the things I do and traveling the places I go and, all that kind of stuff. I don't want that. I mean, like, anyone wouldn't want that, right? So that's not great. Good to know. Sorry, I've been very tired for a while now.
I've noticed.
I'm not even gonna go down that avenue. That's too terrifying to think about. Yeah,
I've been keeping tabs on you. I haven't been constantly watching you, Bertolt.
Good, great. I mean, you're a god, so of course. Hopefully what I've been doing has been pleasing you for the most part.
For the most part.
I'm trying my best to take opportunities and seize that kind of stuff, and that's what you're all about, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so that's great.
Some may have taken that message a bit too far, but ultimately, yes.
Well, that's not me, so it's fine. Yeah, great. Well, is there anything you want me to do directly, I guess, is my main question.
Seek out the means to destroy Zorthram Thara before he can do anything too permanent.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely do that. I can look for that. That's something I'm sure I'm a pretty resourceful guy, so I can definitely look into that.
Is there anything you would ask of me while you have my audience?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really used to having a two-way conversation with a being beyond my comprehension, I mean...
It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to talk to living mortals as well.
Well, I'm glad I was one of your first to jump back in. I mean, I'm not going to continue that conversation, because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what can you offer?
I could, relieve you of the dark taint upon your soul, placed there by Zorthram Thara.
Oh, yeah? You know what, my pal? I'm a businessman, but I would not want to be asking something of you before I have done something for you, It's like it's equivalent exchange, so, I'll definitely probably take you up on that later.
There is something you could do, if you desire for that to be removed.
Yes?
Understand that it will not purge the shadow from you entirely.
That's encouraging.
it will mostly clean the shadows from you.
Well, I mean, near enough's good enough, am I right?
If you wish for me to remove this taint from you as best I can, you must seek out the Shadow Seal's shard and return it to my temple in Daesil. Unfortunately, I do not know the last location of the shard. Otherwise, I would have led my followers there long ago.
Of course. Well, I mean, if I am greatly honored that you decided to contact me and not kill me. So, I will be glad to endeavor on this quest and look into all that kind of stuff and the shard as well. That sounds great. I'm having a great time right now.
Bertie, get some sleep. And the vision ends.
Now, if you heard me snickering, it's
That's great.
because
I love
retrieve the shard to remove the taint. I'm very mature. Apologies.
See, all I was picturing was he kept on saying like, I'll just like clean it off you. So it's like I was expecting to say, now come here and I'll give you a bath and a back massage.
I mean,
and you will feel leave your body.
All right.
Okay, well, that may be involved in the
It's just a bubble
So,
bath.
after that, are you still going to be staying awake?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You do recover 1 level of exhaustion from that rest.
That's good. But yeah, like if anything, Bertie is kind of even more even more twitchy.
Sleep is bad.
So for the rest of the trip, I need you to make me 2 more.
Okay. Alright, so the first one. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. It's a 12.
12. Not quite enough
Oh,
on that one.
great.
So yeah, back to 2 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Speed is halved.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And one last one.
And one last one. 16.
16. That's enough.
He's getting used to it by now.
That's what he tells himself.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. So, a few more days pass, and stuff similar to the little bits and pieces that you guys have been RPing through happen along the way.
Awkward conversations.
On one of the nights, a couple of days out from Durham, as rest comes to you, Neumann, you find yourself slipping into a vision of your own. You find yourself within a strange, beautiful, verdant land that doesn't quite seem real. In front of you, you see a familiar figure that you can't immediately place where you recognize them from. You take a moment to take in the orange fur before realizing that this figure looks exactly like you. Except for the eyes. The eyes are a strange, glowing yellow. Similar to what your allies told you happened to them when you were seemingly possessed. The figure disappears into mist and reappears right in front of you. Hello, Neumann.
Hey, me? What's...
I do enjoy working with you.
Yeah.
You're so agile.
Yeah, well, thank you. I've been working on my whole life.
The figure draws Titania's needle from its side, at which point you notice the blade has disappeared from your own belt.
Do I have my other blade?
Yes.
Yep.
It looks at the rapier, quizzically. I do wish I wasn't constrained to this blade, though. I did enjoy it when you let me come out to play.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I don't particularly know too much about what's going on, though. So, wait. You come out to play.
Oh, yeah.
So you're
and he
not
lunges
me.
forward at you with Titania's needle. Roll for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
oh my
interesting.
gosh.
And if you lose this fight, Darby takes over your character and you're
Yeah.
cut from the podcast.
Jake
I'll
goes
play
home.
Montgomery.
Sorry, Jake.
I'll play Montgomery. Alright, 11.
11. Okay.
It did attack first, if that's
Yeah.
what you...
He won initiative by 1.
Oh.
Alright, so. Alright. Alright, so. So yeah, it's gonna attack first. And it is going to attack with Titania's needle. You notice that the flare of fire. There is a flare of fire around it.
Oh no, I don't like it being used against me.
And yeah, lunging out towards you. Oh! That's a natural 20.
This isn't fun.
What is this Peter Pan bullshit?
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Wow.
Don't like getting attacked in my sleep.
I was not expecting the very first attack
Neumann
that
dies.
this thing did to be a natural 20.
Amazing.
Is this one of those dreams where it's like you try to run, but really you're just like sort of skeeting on the ground in the one spot, and it's like you go to open a door, but for some reason you have no strength, and like you go to dodge an attack, but really you just run into the attack.
Oh my gosh.
I think this might be over before it's begun.
Oh,
Rest
Rip.
in peace. Our DM
Nice knowing
decided
you,
it.
Jake. Yeah.
Spring Shield. It doesn't matter though. Spring Shield only had Spring Shield is
because it's
AC.
a natural 20.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, not quite. 57 points of
Yeah,
damage.
sure.
What the fuck?
I take that.
Now remember, you have a new ability.
Oh, yeah, uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you halve that.
Yes, I did forget about that. Rounded down. Oh,
Yeah.
Alright.
So
I now have
28 damage, ultimately.
I slap him.
What?
I say fisticuffs.
For real?
Not fighting him with a really good sword, with a really bad sword.
Now keep in mind, you have all your devices, which includes your distraction drone, which you can use to gain advantage.
Yeah. I wasn't prepared for a fight. I'm sorry. I was ready to talk. You've thrown me into the one thing I'm bad at remembering, which is how to fight. And all my spells I
Such a
prepared had
mood.
nothing to do with combat.
It'll be a cat fight, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So was that the end of their turn?
Yes.
It's now my turn. Rightio, let's just check what I can do. Rightio, I can do that then, might be. I feel like, yeah, the distraction drone would be good. I'm just trying to remember.
So it would be a bonus action.
Yeah.
The way it works now is bonus action to.
I don't have an offhand attack anyways anymore until I get another weapon out, so.
Yeah.
Yep, alright, I'll throw out the distraction.
And it would be probably active for an amount of turns equal to your Tinker's dice. So you roll your d8 to determine how long it works for. That might be a bit OP, but we'll see
It's a
how
dream.
that plays out. Yeah.
So,
That
yeah,
too.
whatever.
So roll your d8 to see how many rounds you get advantage for.
Wait, that's a d8. 1.
1. All right.
Trying to find the document for my distraction drone.
Well,
Because this is my Tinker one, is it?
yeah.
Or, yes.
So it no longer is as complicated as the version written up there. It's
Yeah.
simply you use it to get advantage against an enemy, and they might get disadvantage.
Alright, and I guess the best thing I have now is just my Vicious Rapier.
Yeah. You do get sneak attack though if it hits because of the drone,
Alright, cool.
and you have advantage to hit.
Alright. Let's smack I guess I got to stab. Let's stab a Neumann. All right, so that's a natural 18. So
Okay, check.
That's-
That's
Yeah.
so +9. So I think that would hit.
Yeah.
And then the other one is nowhere near as good. So 18
Okay.
plus 9. So I believe that's 27.
Yeah, that definitely hits. So
Alright.
roll damage.
Now this in itself is new to me as well because I have 3 sneak attack die now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, you're sitting there with what?
Wasn't ready for a
Four. Yeah, 4.
Alright. So, it's just that, which was 5 piercing plus 10.
15.
So 15
plus whatever you think.
plus 6. So 21.
21. Alright.
21 damage. Take that.
Alright.
And then I'll say like, what's the big fucking deal? I thought you were me. I thought we were cool. Titania, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong though.
I'm not Titania, you idiot. He says as he lunges again.
I love this.
That is a 27 to hit.
What the fuck, Darby?
It's a natural 16
Oh
plus
my
11.
God.
Then there's no
Oh no,
disadvantage.
plus 9.
Is there any disadvantage?
We'll say there is. We'll see how that balances out.
And also spring shield before
yeah.
you see.
So
because I'm not
actually
losing
so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Spring shield. Haha! I believe it's a D8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max. So I'm 26.
Yeah. Okay. I believe you've only got one more Tinker device left, don't you? Or maybe 2.
No, I start off with 4 mechanical
Okay.
devices. So I'm now at 2.
All right. It's your go.
Alrighty, let's do another stabby stab. That is a 9, and then the other one is a natural 1. So
Now, you technically don't have advantage anymore unless you want to use another drone because you only rolled 1 on how
oh
long
yeah, it was
lasts.
only for 1 turn. Yeah,
Go
sure.
off your first roll,
yeah.
which was a 9.
No,
Yeah.
no. I would like to do that first as my bonus action then, if
Yeah.
that's okay. All right, I'll throw another drone out.
Yeah.
The other drone sort of just falls to the ground, but then it just sort of dissipates as another one comes. Or
it'd
is
be
this a
more-
tinker
it'd
one,
be
so it
more
just falls
so
to the ground
you-
and I
Yeah, you
bring out another one. Yeah.
Or you quickly grab it, rewind it, kind of
yeah.
thing.
3 turns. Okay.
3 turns. Okay.
Cool. All right, and then I'll stab him one. So I'll just go off the rolls I did earlier.
Yeah, so it's a 9
the highest
plus-
one was a 9 plus 9, which is an 18.
18. That hits.
Okay, cool. Now is this sneak attack as well? Because I had
Yes.
excellent. Sorry, I'm getting back into everyone listening. It's been a while, and I did not expect combat. I was not ready. So that's 10 piercing plus.
That is so cocked.
I believe that's 10, so 20 altogether.
20 altogether.
your-
That's included already.
Oh, okay.
All right. It's looking kind of shaky.
So you gonna give up yet? Me? I wouldn't give up, but I don't think you're me.
I've got nothing to lose by fighting to the death here.
You want to make it interesting?
How?
Fisticuffs.
He stabs at you again.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not.
So
use
that
Spring
is
Shield.
a 22.
Maybe I should have used Spring Shield. All right, I'm gonna use Uncanny Dodge.
All right.
Which I
so
forgot to
halves the damage.
Yeah.
10, 18. 18. Where's 10? 24. 32 halved to 17.
Notice how he does this for you, who doesn't have a backup character role, and not for me, who has like 50.
You're assuming this is permadeath if he loses.
Yeah, no.
Well, why
Something
would I assume
interesting
anything
might
else?
You should just
Because
like,
why would I kill someone
I believe
in
this
a
is a
dream
trial.
To be
sequence?
fair, I'm not assuming
Yeah,
it's permadeath. I'm
I
assuming
agree.
that you take over his character
I think it's
as
a trial.
this entity that isn't Titania.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna see what happens. Good luck, Neumann.
Alrighty.
How many hit points are you on?
I'm.
Oh,
Don't answer that. You don't have to answer that.
Like
I mean, it's. I'm just curious. At
How
this point.
shaky?
Like, there's no effects that are determinate upon.
I'm quite shaky. I'm not in single digits, but I'm getting very close.
Oh dear.
I'm just having a look at my spells at the moment to see if there's anything interesting I can do other than stab, but it looks like stab I shall with advantage because my drone is still up for its second turn out of 3. That is a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh.
That.
Hang on. Yeah, dirty 20.
That hits.
Alrighty. Down, boy. Neumann says to a cat. Alrighty, so that is 11 plus 8, so altogether that's 19 piercing.
All right. So you stab into this you, I guess.
Yeah.
And it disperses.
Does the blade stay?
The blade disperses as part of it, but you notice a moment later, after you catch your breath, it's back by your side. And then you wake up.
Was it there the whole time, or?
Well, your vision wasn't nearly as insightful as everyone else.
It was quite
If
insane,
anything,
though.
It's more confusing.
That was awesome.
So,
What a cheeky little bugger.
that
kind of like someone else I know.
So, am I awake?
you are now.
I'm like,
Are you in your room?
I'm like, I guess I go into the study straight away, and I just start like, as if I'm knocking on the blade, like paying close attention to it, be like, this, like, what the fuck that just happened? Like, it's like, if you're in there, come out right now. We have unfinished business.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Are you saying that to the blade? I feel like you do that.
All right, if you're in there, you better come out right now. Because I have a
Imagine
bone
like
to pick
Bertie
with
just
you.
like walking past, he just looks at you, he's like, okay.
Mind your own
He's walking.
business. Where?
Yup. That's amazing. Oh, wow.
Oh, now I'm curious. What if I had have lost?
Well, I'm sure you'll get the chance to find out next time.
But I hate losing, so it never would have happened.
If you
Sweet
had
dreams,
lost,
Neumann.
the DC to resist the takeover
Would've gone up.
Gone up.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. All right.
I was
interesting.
partially right.
Yeah. All right. So, last couple of days pass, and you make it to Durham.
Hooray! We got
That is where we're going to leave it for this episode.
Wow, thanks, Darby. That was awesome. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. I really enjoyed hearing your strange dreams.
That was fun.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Hope you guys enjoyed the little catch up into
Yeah.
time.
Let
And
us-
better yet, I hope you enjoyed the music as well, which
Yeah,
was
it's
custom made
awesome.
per character
Which-
for this particular dream
I
scene.
mean, you guys have been enjoying custom made music from Darby since day dot, which is incredible, but it's the first time that we've been able to enjoy it along with you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Darby.
Yeah, thanks, Darby.
The dream sequence themes, fucking
Was so
amazing.
cool.
So cool.
Great
so
job.
yeah.
Yeah. Hope.
Give Darby some love on all that shit, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
please thank him, because if he
Yeah.
gets thanked more often, he may not kill us in the next episode.
don't thank him too much because
Yeah.
you don't want him getting a big head.
That's true. Yeah, thanks guys. I hope you really enjoyed our start. Well, yeah, the start of the year. I hope you
Yeah.
had a great. You're going to have a good year this year.
Yes.
It's going to
Yeah.
be your best one.
In fact, you will have a good
Probably
year
a
this
better year
year.
than our characters from the sounds of things.
Well, we'll see.
Just make sure to sleep.
I know what I'm calling this episode.
Make sure to sleep.
And I hate myself for it, but I love it.
What is it?
What is it, Dub?
2020 vision.
No, New Year's puns.
Yeah.
Great, that's fun. Yeah.
Anyway,
Having a
happy
great
New Year,
time.
guys.
Happy
Welcome
New
back.
Happy New Year's. Welcome
See you
back.
next
And
week.
sorry for listening.
Sorry.
As
for
always.
listening.
Bye.